Hey crafty cuties, welcome back to part 2 of this Halloween junk journal folio. So in the last video we made the cover, and if you are here to maybe just see some fun page ideas for a folio, then you're in the right spot. You would even be able to make these ideas in just a regular junk journal, maybe on a junk journal layout or something like that. So I'm excited for these videos because I think a lot of people will be able to get something out of it. I chose some papers. Now these are from a paper pad I got from Michael's a while ago. It's called Spellbound Forest, and it's kind of like a dreamy, I don't know what you call it, like I don't know, but I like it. It's kind of a mysterious, dreamy kind of vibe. Now it is a little bit darker than I was originally thinking, but I wanted to use things that I already have in my stash. It's kind of like romantic, and I think that's going to go well with the Disney vibe. So then I also purchased some digitals I found online, on Etsy actually. I'll try to put it down below, but these are so pretty, and you'll see it has a real kind of Disney vibe to it as well. And it's not Disney, but these wrinkled up a bit because I folded them to put them inside the inside my cabinet, but they'll be fine. This one didn't print very good there, so we have those. And I think that these will go so well with the paper I have. And I'm kind of realizing as I was pulling this stuff out, it doesn't exactly match with the whole cover, but I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the inside being a little bit different, and it's all going to go so well with this little book that I'm going to use as the autograph book that I got from your creative studio. Let's get started. To make this a little easier, I drew like kind of a blueprint to give me some ideas to start with, because there's so many things I want to incorporate in this journal. So you probably can't tell what's going on here, but I do. If you want to pause it and take a screenshot, you're more than welcome. Again, it's probably not going to make much sense to you because I'm not great at drawing, but we're going to get started. And today we're going to start on just probably this side right here, because I think that will take us long enough. And I'm just going to start using one of these papers here as like a base. And I think what I want to start with is looking at my blueprints here. Okay, I want to create like a folder. It's hard to look at that because I had so many layers. I think I'll start by just folding this in half. And this will be the very like first layer of the page here. Let's see, and that's just about the right width, so that's great. Let me make a little mark where I need to cut it. And I also want to incorporate lots of things that are already pre-made, like envelopes and bags and things like that. Okay, now I don't exactly know how I'm going to decorate the inside of this folder, but we can get to that. I kind of want to just start building upon like the base. My next idea to go on top of this was to put a bag, because I know I'm going to have lots of things. Maybe this should go on the bottom actually, so that we don't cover up all of the design here. It probably will get covered up, but maybe we'll do this. So the bag will be in the back. That will be great for like brochures and maybe tickets and things like that. And then I'll glue this straight down here. And actually, if I don't glue it straight down, if we glue it more like just on the 3 edges, then we can create a side pocket too. So actually we need to do these 3. I'm just going to start going because this is going to be there's going to be lots of steps, I think. So I should grab my sewing machine because I think that adding some sewing detail is really going to make these pages pretty fun. But we'll just get started here like so. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue that straight down like that. I'm realizing, is this gonna be sticking out? Oh no, okay. We want to make sure it's not gonna be sticking out here, just because to fold this up, you'll want to make sure nothing's sticking out there. It can stick out on the top or bottom, that will be fine. Okay. So there we go, got the bag. And like I said, I'm trying to do this as simple as possible, which is why I'm going to be using things like bags and envelopes. Okay, the next step, let's see here. I wanted to create maybe some type of a frame. And I have this packaging, so I thought, why not try to make use out of this if I can, and we can put something over that. Okay, so like I said, I have this packaging and it's already sealed at the bottom, so I think I'm just gonna, I need to trim the bottom or top, so I'm just gonna trim the top, and I'm gonna put a little mark here so that it will be like the same height as the folder or card that's on top here. Let's go ahead and use our trimmer so that it's straight. And then what we need to do is figure out what kind of a frame shape we want. And I think I'm going to try to use this paper. Like I said, it's a bit warped because I had it rolled up and I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. So let's try to get this to be the same size. So I'm just gonna actually, we'll go like this. Okay, yeah, we'll start by cutting it the exact same size as the plastic, and so that will be about 8 3/4 by 6. So I'm gonna trim up the sides real nice, and so I'll get that done here in just a sec. Ow. Okay. Got this cut to size. I didn't realize that this printed on both sides, so that's fine. I'll just decide. I kind of like I'm gonna use the pink actually. Now I think I'll just cut out like a rectangle shape in the center, and to do that easiest, I'm actually just going to cut this down to the size I want of the cutout, and then I'll use this as like a stencil. I'm gonna do 5 by 7. I think that will be good, because also a lot of photos that you get printed out are 5 by 7, like at Disney or something like that. I don't know. Okay, so then we can move this to the side. And I think I will try and center this the best I can, and then I'm gonna just trace around it. I'm never worried about it being perfect, so if I had one of those cutters, I can't think of the name, I could actually easily go around with that. I know I have one somewhere, but I'm not certain. An X-Acto knife. That would actually be so nice, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna trace around like that, and then I'll just cut it out. And then it will go on top of our plastic bag packaging. Okay, yeah, an X-Acto knife would definitely make this much neater, but first I gotta trim off this little piece right here. I'm just gonna like poke a little hole and then just cut this out. And this is on printer paper that I printed this out on, so it is a bit thin, but I think it'll be fine once it's glued down to something. I kind of wanted to test out and see how they printed first, so. Alright, I'm just going to carefully go around and cut this out. Okay, we got that cut out. I know there's a glare. So I'm going to go ahead now and just glue this straight down. I have the bag opening at the top, or the package opening, I guess. And then, since I realized I should have maybe made the bottom a bit thicker, so instead, I'm still just going to go with it, glue it on, but we can add maybe some embellishments and decorate it. So that will be cute anyways. So I'm just gonna add glue all the way around. Then I just put this right down on top. Make sure it's lined up well. And then just smooth it out. Yeah, so we'll definitely add maybe some kind of decoration here. Okay, so I grabbed some bits and pieces to just decorate down here. Like a doily. I think I'll cut that in half. Something like that. And then from this paper, this digital paper, I was thinking of cutting this out. Let's do that. I think that will be cute. Okay, got that cut out. I have to stop filming because there's just a lot going on in the house right now. So maybe if we put that up like that, I think this is super cute, and it's like long enough to go across, so that would work great. I'm liking that. I have some cheesecloth that might be fun to go under here. And see, I wasn't really even planning on adding a ton of decorating right now, but that's okay. Let's just start with this. I do wish I had my sewing machine because it would be nice to sew this, but that's okay. We're just gonna go for it and glue it. Let's see, I was thinking that needs to be up about there. And then we'll just place this kind of layered like that so it kind of peeks out a bit. Yep. And I'm realizing because of the glare it's hard for you guys to see this, so maybe if I cover up like that. We won't be working on this piece for too long. Yeah, I didn't realize these papers printed front and back, and so darn. It will be fine for some pages, but okay, there we go. Yeah, I could totally keep going and add a lot more, but let's just keep it at that. That way I don't overdo it, because I'll probably want to do some decorating when I'm putting like pictures in here and ephemera and things like that. So, okay, so I think we can go ahead and just put this on top like so. Make sure the pocket's at the top. Yes, it is. And so I think I'm just gonna glue. I'm gonna use double-sided tape for this. Okay, I'm realizing before I put it straight down on top of this, I think I also want to create like a little fold down situation. So I'll show you what I mean. So I have a strip of 6 inches by 12, and it's not as long as I wanted it to be. So what I'll do is I'll fold this down. I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. And then I'll attach this other piece of 6 inches by 12, and I'll cut this one. Probably just right around there. Don't need the excess, and I'll just use my scissors for that. Although I could turn that into a pocket, couldn't I? Okay, let's fold where we need to fold. We'll fold like that. Because why not add extra pockets, more places for tags and things like that. And so I might as well also glue this on by making that into a pocket, this little area. And let's see, I'll have the opening be on the right hand side. This might make more sense in a minute once I get everything down. Okay. Just let that dry for a minute. Okay, then we will go ahead and place our frame on top of this, and then this will go on top of here, because I want this to be like a lot of different pockets and places to put things. So let's see here. I'm just gonna kind of line this with my double-sided tape because I think it'll just be easier to adhere down the packaging. So I'll just line this with the tape. Okay, so I got the double-sided tape there. Go ahead and just line this up best we can. That wasn't perfect, but that's okay. So then you'll see this did wrinkle a bit. Anyways, so you'll lift that up. Then we have this little flap, which I think I'll turn into a pocket. We have the side pocket here. And then I'll go ahead and adhere this just straight down. I'm trying to think if I want to add any more little... I think I'll just go ahead and adhere this one straight down because I don't want things to get too bulky. Okay. That should be fine. There we go. And you can't really even tell by looking at this that there's so much going on. So you have the flip up which will decorate the inside. Then you have this open, so we'll do something here, and then you have this back here. And I mean, you could just keep going on and on and on, but I think we're good. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and see if this will help with the glare for now. I'm just gonna go ahead and put something, just some paper down in here, and honestly, I could probably use this for the backing of a photo or something like that, because I actually like that paper. Maybe we'll put a tab up here. That would be helpful. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try to use these Dollar Tree stickers. I'm gonna try to put 2 back to back as a tab. Let's see if that will work. Right on the edge, kind of like that. And then I just gotta line this one up really good. It does make it a little hard to see like what the sticker says, but I actually like how that looks. Yeah, that's fine, just like that. And then that will probably stick out a bit, and I think that will look cute. Yeah, it doesn't stick out too much. I may go ahead and trim this back just a bit because it does stick out quite a bit, and we don't need that to stick out. Now if I wanted, I could go through and start, I probably should have added sewing detail already if I was going to actually. So that's okay. Oh, is that tab gonna make it hard to flip up? It might. Well, we'll take it off if we need to. All right, my place is a mess here. Grab the sewing machine, and I'm just like, you know when your workspace starts to get really cluttered and it's hard to know what's going on? That's where I'm at. Okay, so I grabbed some papers. Okay, this is where we're at. Let me show you. Sorry. So we have the flip up. I'm not going to do that yet. I wanted to start decorating the inside of the side pocket right here. And so we'll keep this open, and I definitely want to create, so these are cut down to size. I want to, sorry that I'm all over the place, guys. Let me take a breath. Take one with me. Okay. So according to my lovely little blueprints here, I want to have a side that has a pocket, and I want to have a side that has like a waterfall page where we can add photos to. So I'm thinking that I have this acetate, and this would be really fun for a pocket. I do want to make sure that this is going to be big enough to like kind of pull open and actually put a good amount of stuff in, which makes me think maybe I should use some envelopes. And I'll show you what I mean here. Let me grab 2. Okay, so actually I'm gonna grab one more. I have to remember how to do this real quick. Okay, so we have 3 envelopes. Okay, so to get started with these envelopes, I'm gonna go ahead and just shut the flaps like that. This one is a bit different, that's fine. I'm just gonna use what I get, and I'll glue this shut. Then we are gonna trim the tops off so that we have an open pocket. And if you're wondering why I didn't just not, what am I trying to say? If you're wondering why I did not just keep the flap off, well then you would have this opening that would be kind of big right here, at least on this one. So I don't know, I just find this to be the best way to go about it. There we go. So then we will also trim the tops here. We will also need to trim the sides a bit just so that they will be the same width as our page. Okay, so let's get that out of the way here. Put those together. I'm just going to use this to figure out what size we need them to be, right about here. I could probably just trim all of these actually. Now, since I did use acetate, you will be able to see back here. So let's cover that first envelope with maybe a pretty, well, the white doesn't actually look so bad. now that I'm looking at it. It kind of makes this stand out. So, trying to think here. Yeah, you know what? I actually think I like the white. Let's go ahead and just ink this up. I actually got my Victorian Velvet ink. Oh, oh, my dog, I tell you. Okay, I inked up the edges while my dog was barking his face off. I also am going to take this lantern stamp. It's kind of hard to see there, that I got in my Your Creative Studio, and I think I'll go ahead and stamp that down right there, just to add a little bit extra. I really have been wanting to use these stamps anyways. Let's see, I'm just gonna guess that that will be fine. Okay, I did it a little messy, but that's fine. Then I realized also in my Your Creative Studio box, sorry if you can hear my dog, I have this little lantern charm that will go well. I have the washi and a bunch of other things. So I did grab some of those things out to be used. Now, since we trimmed off the sides, I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of glue to close those back up so they'll become pockets. Okay, I realized that I've been wanting to use my sewing machine, so why don't we bring this over? Even though I glued up the sides, I'm gonna go ahead and sew just a little line down like that, just to secure it extra. I guess you're not really gonna be able to see it. I mostly just want the sewing strings to be all over in this journal, so I better get to sewing. Do this one, and then what we can do next is I want to add some sewing detail to this, but we're gonna have to, I think, glue this down to the envelopes. I'm trying to think this through. So just in case, let's go ahead and, oh, okay. I thought I messed something up. I didn't. I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, I got some lace, I forgot. So maybe we could layer on some lace, maybe at the top, because I kind of want this to be a mixture of romantic, but also like, I don't know, I guess I'm not sure. What are the words I'm looking for, guys? Romantic, but mysterious. Look like that. Yeah, I think that will be fun. Just some pink lace. I'll just sew all the way around. Whoops. It's okay. That kind of gathered the lace a bit, but I'm okay with that. And then what we're gonna do with the envelopes, okay, I'm gonna do this a bit different. I'm gonna take the very first envelope that I want to be behind here, and that looks pretty cool with the stamped little bit there. You can't exactly see it because of the lace, but if I pull it up, you can. We're gonna go ahead and actually sew all the way around the three sides for the very first envelope. Carefully, try to do it on the edges as best I can. Okay, then, so we have this first one sewn on here. And then what we're gonna do is take our glue. We're gonna put glue just in the center. And we'll place this one down here. I hope I'm doing this right. I'm trying to remember. I've made this kind of accordion envelope before and I've screwed it. It's easy to screw up. Glue in the center again. So I'm like thinking, did I do this right? Let's see. Well, no. If it doesn't expand, then we'll still use it as pockets and we'll be just fine. Let's see here. Yes, okay. There we go. So see, it expands a bit better and it will just give you a little bit more space there. Okay, so now what we can do is go ahead and glue this down. And I think I'll just glue it straight down to the page. So I'm gonna add glue all over the back of this. If you wanted to just add it to the center, then it would pull out more, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Put it straight down like that. There we go. And you'll just be able to have a little bit more space in there. And then this is gonna go over here. Now we can work on our waterfall. I think that's what we'll do next. So before gluing this down to the page, I'll work on the waterfall. Okay, I have 4 pieces of 4.5 by 5 inch pieces of cardstock here. And what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna use this as my scoreboard right now. And I'm gonna score these at 1/2 inch. You'll see why here in a sec. I think that's 1/2 inch. And I don't have the right bone folder, but that's okay. Should work here. There we go. So basically I'm going to fold them all at 1/2 inch so that we can fold the top down like this, and these will just be very simple pieces to our waterfall. So I'll go ahead and score the rest. Now there's really so many ways that we could go about this. We could sew them down, we could add pockets on the back and things like that, but I think for now I'm just going to keep it simple and just glue them down, because maybe I'll want to add pockets later, or maybe I will just want to add a picture to the back. I kind of want to leave that open for me to figure out later, so I'm just going to glue this down. I'm just kind of guessing where the center is, like this. I like using waterfalls when I know I'm going to have like a lot of pictures, because it just makes an easy page layout to go ahead and add your pictures. So I'll just add one to the top, the closest that I want it to be to the top, and then what I like to do next is actually glue the bottom one so that I will make sure to kind of space these out the best I can, because you don't want to go too far down. So if you can see this, then I'm just going to make sure this doesn't go below the page. And I just try my best to line it up so that they're straight, if that makes sense. You may have to work with it. That's why I kind of like using wet glue, because I have a few minutes to kind of line it up, and it's totally fine if it's not perfect. There, and now that we have the top and bottom, you can see you have this space to work within to add the next two. And this is just like one of the simplest ways to make a little waterfall layout. There's lots of other fun ways that you can make them and have them be like more interactive. I think one time I did one where you like pull and it like it pulls them all down. I don't really know. That's a really fun one. Okay, and the last one. Now since these do kind of pop up, I do like to add a little bit of some trim or something to hold it in place. So let's go ahead and add these to the pages now. And so what I'm gonna do with my long piece of string here, I'm just gonna add like a little line here. We'll be adding glue all over this page anyways, so that will be good enough to just hold it in place. There we go. Then I think we'll just go ahead and adhere this one straight down. I'm not going to add extra pockets to this one or anything like that, because once we add like pictures and things in here, it's going to get pretty dimensional. So we'll just leave it at this. Lots of glue. I'm not afraid to overdo it. Okay, then we'll go ahead and just place this right on down. And then we can glue the next one down, and again, I think I'm just going to glue this straight down, especially with that expandable pocket. That's going to add more than enough dimension. This is making me realize that maybe I wanted to add like a closure to this part, like to the folder part. Well, it's not too late. I could add something if I need. Okay, just glue that down there. Close that up and see how that works. Okay, so anyways, back to the waterfall though. Basically, you can just take your strings then and just tie like a bow. And it does look really cute with like a thicker trim, maybe like lace or something like that, but I just had this right next to me, so this works. Just add that for now. Okay. We can probably just about add this to our page, and I think we're almost done. Okay, so what we have left to do actually is the inside of this flip up. I think I'm gonna do this pretty simple, and I'm going to start by, by covering the inside here with some of the pretty papers that I have. So let's see, maybe that one for that. So I'll just cover these first. Okay, so I'm going to use this paper for the top here, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'll just glue this straight down. And then this flap, I think I'm just going to glue it down and just have it be a side pocket. And so this inside space here will just be pretty open, probably for more pictures to be glued down or something like that. I don't want to add too much to this side. It is hard to keep in mind, but good to keep in mind that, you know, things will bulk up quite a bit. So it is good to try not to overdo it so that you will have space for, you know, filling up your journal. Now, since this didn't come all the way down to the fold mark here, I'm going to actually use this washi from your creative studio with the lanterns on it. I think that will look pretty. Kind of finish off the page here. Yep, just like that. Okay, and I just want this to be big enough for like, I got this tag just kind of for reference, so I think I'll just go ahead and glue it at the very top, and that's it. And see, this is the part where if I was thinking this through, I probably could have sewed that down, but I went ahead and adhered it already down to the page, so that's fine though. Okay. And I just like to have a tag in here just kind of, again, for reference, so I'll remember that this is a pocket. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing down here. We'll just cover this with some of the paper that I have. There goes my doggy again. Okay, so I cut this paper out for this side. And again, this one's a bit too short, so I'm gonna just take some washi tape again and put this down at the bottom. I know we're going off camera view there for a sec. Should be fine. Doesn't go all the way across, but that's fine. I'm just actually going to tear that so that it's not too long. Okay, then I'll just glue this down here. I love this paper so much. I think it is perfect for this. Okay, now, gosh, I love this paper, but I'm tempted to add a little CD case flip thing here. I could washi tape it down. Why don't I do that since I'm unsure? So I don't want to do too much to it. I'm gonna ink it up like this because I thought maybe it would just be fun to use in conjunction with the pictures or, you know, ephemera pieces that I get throughout the month or for my vacation, Disneyland. So we'll just keep it kind of blank. I'll washi tape it on. That's a good idea if you are just not sure about something. Okay, I think that will be fine right there. Okay, that's fine. I do have this journaling card from the paper pad that I cut out. I think it would fit in there, again, just for like a little placeholder. Kind of gives me a good idea when I am putting journaling cards and things in these journals to see how bulky it might get. There, we'll just keep that like so. Okay, I think that's all we should be doing here to this one. So we got our flip up here. We have a side pocket right here, and then we have the top loading photo frame there. So then when you lift it up, we have our tag pocket on the side here. Nice open space, possible CD case like that, and then it opens. Oh, so you gotta remember, I gotta remember if I'm gonna put the tag then to put it on this side, which is fine, and I'm glad I kept that open like that. There we go. And then this will open like this, and you have your waterfall, a nice expandable pocket so you can see how big that will open up. And then in the back we have our bag. Okay, I think this is ready to finally go down in the journal for sure. Here we go. So I'm just gonna glue it straight down. I'm pretty confident with this glue and gluing from paper to fabric. So I'm just gonna add a really good amount. Okay, and we'll just center that and add it right here. Just press that down really good. There we go, it's in the book. I did add this little lantern charm right here, it's hard to see, but onto this tag just for now. I may move that around, and I added some trim onto the tag as well. So guys, this was so fun. I can't wait to do the rest with you. I may do some things off camera and I'll just show in the next video, but I will be sure to be back with me when I come back, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hello patron members, I wanted to give you a sneak peek of what's coming for the next series, which is going to be a junk journal folio. It's actually going to be my Halloween journal. So I only have a few parts started, but I was too excited to show you. So the fabric is Mickey Halloween. Now I'll be honest, I'm not usually like a huge Disney lover as far as like designs go, or like I don't usually like decorate in Disney. However, I love Disneyland, and we happen to be going here in October, so let me show you. It's gonna be a fun folio. I just have one side ready, but I'm gonna give you the sneak peek. So I still need to finish this side over here, but let me just show you. Here we go. This unties like this, and so this first page is going to be a photo frame. You could slip something down there like so. There is a side pocket here, and then this flips up like this, and you have this little pocket here, and then just maybe a place for like a photo or something. I wanted to keep some open space in here. And then over here you can see we have this little CD flip here, which I may or may not move, but it's held on with washi, so I can decide later. And then this opens to the side like that, and we have a waterfall over here for photos, and then just an expanded pocket like this. Sorry, I'm at a weird angle. And then behind here is just a bag, so I'll be able to put stuff back there as well. I just got done gluing it on, so it's still coming together, but I'm excited to share the series with you, and I will be possibly putting all of the steps together in one video for just you guys if you want that. It'll depend on how long it all is, but I am looking into something like that to give you guys like an exclusive look at it. And other than that, I will miss you guys in October. Feel free to message me. I'm not even sure if my Patreon messages will be open, but if not, you can message me anywhere else. No one will be getting charged in October unless you're a yearly member. I already sent out your October mail if you are a yearly member or a new member, and welcome to any of the new members. I don't have my phone in front of me, so I don't have the names, but I have sent you all a message, so if you haven't checked that, you can. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.